Hey guys, welcome back. I'm working on this Raptor 80 head. I got the work all done. I'm just going to show you what I did and go over it right quick. Yeah, two new valve seals. The reason he had the trouble was the wrong spark plug. You can see here there's a mark. And you can also see here there's another mark. That's the intake valve and that's the exhaust valve. So obviously this threaded in the hole and stuff, but you can see the difference there. It's a quarter inch, half inch longer. But he knew it was too long and he was only threading in so far. And then anyway, somebody come along and tighten the spark plug up for him, and this happened. But anyways, for a $5 spark plug, maybe $10 spark plug, he's into all this. Don't do this. In order to get the valves out, I had to remove the camshafts. To do that, I took both of these adjusters out, and both rocker arms. And then in this case, I moved the exhaust rocker arm, and that gave me enough to be able to pop my cam out. And that got the rocker arm out of the way to do the exhaust valve. And with the cam out, I was able to tip this rocker arm back into the head to give me the room that I needed. And you can't do that with the first one because you got to get the arm out to get the cam out. So anyways, once I got the old valves out, I lapped the new ones in with some lapping compound. Checked to see that I had a good seat around the edge of the valve. In the head, you can see it leaves a nice gray line after you lap it. All that worked out good. Yeah. I put my rocker arm back in. I just used, this is the tool I used to get it out. I just made this yesterday. So inside these rocker arms, there's threads. Here. They're 8 by 1.25. Common metric bolt. You need to have a bolt long enough that you can and thread it long enough that when you put this plate on, this is just a plate I had, any piece of steel with a hole in it. Anyways, I bottomed this bolt out in the rocker arm shaft. And then I turn this nut down against the plate, pull that out of the hole. Once I got everything done, I just use this same thing, thread it all the way back in. Give it a couple little taps with the hammer. These Yamaha ones are real tight, like you can't, a Honda you could just put that in there and go pluck. These ones you need a system. And then I just wanted to show, I had some people leaving comments about I didn't adjust the valves on a Honda 450. What I did it on the bench like this. And I just showed the part of me putting it on the bike as well. Anyways, our valve clearance for this is 2 to 4 thousandths and 3 to 5 thousandths. The intake valve is made out of way softer material than the exhaust valve, because the exhaust got heat being forced out it the whole time, and the intake got cold air and cold fuel running across it all the time, cooling it. The softer material wearing from the valve pounding into the seat all the time comes up and eventually closes up your clearance here. And that's basically why you're adjusting your valves. Supposing if you checked your valves and it had too much clearance, that would mean your camshaft is wearing out because of poor oil quality, basically. Got a Can-Am or something. I heard a cat. And they just wear out. I wouldn't adjust the motor cross brake, or I'd at least have to check it with the cam chain tension on. With this head, it's just bearings on the cam. It's if there's any play there, you need to replace the bearings. The reason I'm saying about the intake being way softer is that you'll find that you're always adjusting your intake valve compared to your exhaust. Yeah, it needs adjustment way quicker anyways. Basically, I check the exhaust. They usually stay pretty good. Whenever I do them, I'm going to go, it's 2 to 4 is the spec. I'm going to go 3 thousandths. So this I have to close up an extra thousandths before it needs adjustment. And this one I'm just going to use the spec because I know it's hard and it's not really going to need an adjustment. By the time this one closes up, you may be getting time to adjust the exhaust valve. Anyways, I got my 3, so that puts both. I'm adjusting them both to 3 thousandths. I got my 3 thousandths gauge there, and you can see that when I slip it in there, it goes in no problem, and it's just got a little bit of friction on it. And by adjusting the valves up here, you don't have to worry about the timing marks and all that, or about the engine pedaling on the cam springs because it wants to move. I know I got both valves closed. I got my cam in the right place, which is with both lobes facing away from the rocker arms. And yeah, so when I put this on, I'll still have to time the engine, of course, but I just don't have to worry about the timing moving while I'm adjusting this and so on. And the other thing is, you can take a big, these are properly adjusted to 3 thousandths. You can take the biggest gauge I got here, which is 24 thousandths. If you get in there like a animal, doing that, it'll actually push your valve spring down and let the gauge in there. But I mean, it'll be tight like this, and bottom line is you don't want to be doing that because you're actually opening the valve with the gauge. You gotta have the valve sitting there closed and just lightly feel the resistance on your gauge. And that's about all there is to it, I think. And, I think that's it. That'll get you going for sure. That's your numbers right there. That's usually all I want when I watch somebody else's video. So good luck, guys. Thanks for watching.
So there it is, guys. Valve adjustment done on the bench. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. If you do have any questions, you can either, one, leave us a comment, or two, look in our bio page. We do have our email there. Feel free to reach out via email. We'll do our best to answer any questions we can. Also, to help our channel grow, we'd appreciate if you hit the subscribe button, like the video, and of course, we will see you next time.